Breaking news. In Europe, NATO must set firm, red lines, for Putin to avoid crossing. Former U.S. ambassador to NATO and Trump's special representative for Ukraine Kurt Volker told journalists on September 7 that gray areas in European security architecture should be turned into red lines for Russian dictator Vladimir Putin, who otherwise exploits any weakness or ambiguity. According to Volker, Putin is trying to restore the Russian Empire while ignoring European security arrangements. He sees this as a danger for Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Georgia, and Moldova. The president of Argentina, Alberto Fernandez, is currently on a world tour to celebrate his final days in office by securing an international victory. To make one of his final major public appearances at a global gathering, Fernandez, 64, flew to New Delhi, India, on Thursday for the G20 Leaders Summit. There is a lot of tension in the world right now because of the disagreements between the United States, China, and Russia, which will be on full display at the meeting. Government sources say that Fernandez will speak at the summit about environmental issues, such as climate change, the loss of biodiversity, and food and energy insecurity, as well as sustainable development, human rights, and gender equality. The Peronist leader will also circle back to an important topic: reforming the international monetary system to better serve the world's poor. According to the Talam state news agency, the president will meet with the leaders of India, the United Arab Emirates, South Korea, and Bangladesh during his time in New Delhi. The theme of the president's final G20 summit is, One Earth, One Family, One Future. Today, President Fernandez will address the assembly twice, once in the morning and again in the afternoon. The president can use this event to re-establish his authority and raise his public profile. His political standing has plummeted since last August, when he gave up much of his power to the new economy minister Sergio Massa in a cabinet reshuffle and decided not to run for re-election. The Argentine delegation to the G20 summit included Foreign Minister Santiago Cafiero, Chief of Staff Julio Vitabello, Presidential spokesperson Gabriela Cerruti, and Ambassador to the United States Jorge Arguello. The president hastily plans to leave India on Sunday afternoon to make it to Chile for Monday's commemoration of the 50th anniversary of Augusto Pinochet's coup that toppled and ultimately resulted in the death of socialist president Salvador Allende. Then, on September 15 and 16, Fernandez will fly to Havana to take part in the G77 plus China summit, with only a couple of days at home in between. There, he will have a one-on-one meeting with UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and join a summit of world leaders called for by Cuba, the pro tem president of G77 plus China this year, to discuss South-South cooperation on issues of innovation and development. On September 20, Fernandez will wrap up this month's international agenda by delivering his final address to the United Nations General Assembly. Within this framework, he has already scheduled multiple bilateral meetings with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez.